boys and girls? What up, world? This is Aiden from Bremen, Ontario, and you're checking out Austin John Plays.
Austin John Plays here, and guys, today we're going to be analyzing the announcement for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Expansion Pass DLC Pack 1. I've seen a lot of analysis videos online, and some really possible, and some are just so far-fetched and there's zero chance of it happening. So everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video is going to be very possible unless it's theorized, to which I'm going to make that super clear. So let's dive into it. First, we're going to be talking about the Trial of the Sword. Trial of the Sword is going to be Breath of the Wild's version of Cave of the Trials from Twilight Princess. The website has already changed its picture to a screenshot of it on the first room. Before they did, it was Link standing over the Master Sword's pedestal, and there was a prompt to place, as in placing the Master Sword back into the pedestal in which Link draws it from. This is most likely how we're going to be entering the Trial of the Sword. We will then be brought to the Trial of the Sword, and we're given a screenshot of it, a very low resolution one, so bear with me. We see Link in nothing but his underwear with a tree branch, in a tall room that looks like it's in a shrine's setting. The ground is covered in grass, several trees, and a Bokoblin tree fort. There's a Bokoblin at the top looking out, and there's one on the ground holding a Boko spear. We also see a tall pillar with a ladder to the left of the area. The Nintendo of America website gives us an alternative screenshot of Link climbing up the pole with the ladder. We also see that there's a metal box on one of the levels, and there's one Bokoblin on each level. So this makes it look like the trials won't be like the trials in Twilight Princess. The Twilight trials were pretty much a hack and slash on every level. Yeah, some strategy to take them out, but not really. It looks like we get to approach this area however we want. Take them by surprise, fly in from above, or just, hack and slash away. The Bokoblins have fairly weak weapons in this area, with only a Boko spear and Boko bow visible. Something else important to note is that there are 4 enemies in this tree fort. We're told that there's going to be a total of 45 total rooms, but not told how many enemies. The reward for clearing all of the trials is, quote, "The true power of the Master Sword awakens." This was left a little unclear, as if it would still be breakable or any of the details. But Nintendo of America's site adds a small blurb at the end of the same sentence saying, "The true power of the Master Sword will be awoken and always be in its glowing powered up state." So this is good, we have something to run with here. Because previously the Master Sword had a power of 30, which is okay, but not amazing considering there's 9 one-handed swords more powerful than it. But its value was doubled. It does 60 damage against any enemy possessed by Ganon, like all the beasts in Hyrule and Ganon himself. Also, when Link is at full health, the Master Sword shoots a projectile by using the throw command. Threw that in there since a lot of people didn't know that. Now it seems like we're gonna have that full 60 damage all the time, making it a more viable weapon to use against large enemies not possessed by Ganon, like Lynels and large moblins. Still no word if it's gonna be breakable, and of course by breakable, I mean its power is depleted and it becomes unusable for 10 minutes. But a base power 60 makes it the most powerful one-handed sword in the game, with second being the Savage Lynel sword and third as the Demon Carver. I personally believe that if you were to make the most powerful sword non-breakable, it would defeat the purpose of collecting breakable weapons, and some people are going to say that it would, ironically enough, break the game. Maybe decrease its cooldown time to 5 minutes or 3 minutes, or instead of a cooldown time at all, its cooldown time it's just a base power 30 and no glowing upgrade. I think that would be a healthy balance. But honestly, I'm gonna be a little upset if I did one of the hardest challenges in the entire game and I just get a more powerful weapon that I could use for 2 minutes and then wait 10 minutes for the damn thing to recharge. I'll go back to farming ore with it. The next thing I want to talk about is the Travel Medallion. I made a map of every single shrine in the game and drew an identical radius around it to see what areas I would consider to be not near a fast travel point. Now, I know I didn't include mountain heights in this, but hey, that's what Rivali's Gale is for, so it's fair. So here's the world map with shrines and fast travel points, and here's the map with a radius around them. There's only a few areas I would consider to be not near a map marker. There's a little bit of the Gerudo Highlands, a couple spots of the desert, a sliver of the Faran grasslands where we used to be able to farm arrows at, west of Mount Lanayru, the east half of Hyrule Field, the boring, empty part of Death Mountain, the middle of the Tabantha Tundra, and a few more just like this. What do all these locations have in common? No cool shit happens there. Seriously, there's no side quest, there's no shrine quest, no Great Fairy Fountain, or anything happening at any single one of these locations. There are 2 memory locations that fall just outside of the coverage, but you only visit those once. Some people say that they're gonna put it in Tarrytown, which if you like to buy arrows from there, I get it. And you know, you can't be inconvenienced with that 30-second glide to the north. So yeah, I can see your gripe if that's really your issue with it. But personally, I have no idea where I'd put it. But hey, it looks cool. Next, I want to talk about the Hero's Path map mode. There's a new map mode that tracks the last 200 hours of gameplay for your footsteps. Nintendo of America added that this is going to even work retroactively, so players that have already put many hours into the game will still be able to see where they've traveled. This is a pretty neat feature for mainly a completionist. To get a 100% complete on the map, you need to discover every location and every Korok seed, amongst other things. But there's some locations that you need to find and explore that have no Korok seed at their location, or anything of interest, so you pretty much have no reason to travel there in the first place. Like Windvane Meadow, the Bottomless Swamp, Lashlo Harbor. This in conjunction with the new Korok mask is going to be great for completionists without a guide. While wearing the Korok mask, it shakes whenever Link is near a hidden Korok location, so that's pretty great. The next thing we're going to be analyzing is hard mode. Hard mode in this game is going to be fairly different from the previous games, where enemies were just twice as powerful and hearts didn't spawn everywhere. First thing to mention is now all enemies in the game are going to be powered up by 1 level. So the Great Plateau is going to be overrun with Blue Bokoblins joined by black ones, making the beginning of the game pretty damn difficult. Enemies can also have a higher maximum level in the world than the normal mode. Does that mean that there's gonna be something harder than silver bokoblins and moblins? Are we gonna find gold moblins? Do we have to beat every course in 150cc and mirror mode before we find them? That's a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe joke. Great game. Zelda.com updated their picture to help explain the last line of the announcement, which was a little confusing. It said, "Look up. You may now also find enemies and treasure chests in the sky." The picture associated with this now shows a moblin with a bow on a triangle platform held up by 3 Octoroks who are inflated. So you could be walking around and just randomly get an arrow just shot at you. This is also going to make gliding around a much more perilous event, because before it wasn't. What was the worst thing you had to look out for? Lightning? We also see a chest in the distance held up by 4 Octoroks who are inflated. Now, I don't want to speculate on this one chest, but it does look slightly differently colored from any other chest I've seen in the game. And it could just be the lighting and the low resolution, but I plan on visiting this one floating chest right outside of Hateno Village, which you probably get to by going to Hateno Tower. And I'm going to be doing that first. Now, I think everyone is going to be doing Windblight Ganon as the first one, because being able to get up in the air is going to be pretty important. The announcement also came with 8 new items of armor in the game, but I'm going to be covering those in a separate video, since that one is going to be pretty much 100% speculation and theory. Are you guys excited for the new changes and updates for DLC Pack 1 with the Season Pass? Leave a comment down below. Until next time, Austin John out. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. I'm going to be giving you guys lots of helpful videos in the next following days and weeks. Till next time, Austin John out.